Let me take off the group waypoint first. Alright, you ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
Today we're going to be testing out a couple cars. The newer BRZ and the newer GR86. I've already seen the GR86 on my channel a couple times. Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about the car you're driving?
The BRZ was built much like the GR86. I think it was actually built to counter what the Toyota was doing, the GR6. As for many people know, Toyota and Subaru have been going a little bit at it in terms of like rally cars and whatnot, so I think they're just trying to keep their spirit of trying to one-up each other going with the BRZ and the GR86. Both of them support similar frames as well as the design for it. But through and through, I think Subaru did a bit of a better job with the BRZ than Toyota did with the GR86, given, as you can see, how it performs compared to the GR86. Of course, comparing mine to his, I did a bit of little body work and some suspension stuff to mine, trying to make it more friendly towards the road of Forza 5.
You have arrived at your destination.
But in no way, shape, or form was the engine or the platform involved with any modifications.
Basically what he's saying is you installed some fancy stuff on the outside to make it look better. And get a little bit of an aerodynamic advantage.
Actually, no, these parts cannot be modified in terms of aero. Mainly because everything that can involve the aero puts canards on the side of this, which
but
look
it does have default, settings that change the aero for the car on its own.
Yeah, but I don't think it's affecting it this term.
If it is affecting it, it's very slight, because I'm just barely keeping up, mostly because I'm more of a... I'm driving by feeling right now, which is something I'm getting used to doing. Usually with the
only
86
thing
that I normally drive out of the speedometer.
The only thing different between mine and the GR86 is my wheels, I did a bit of a widening on them to increase my grip to the road.
There's also a difference in gear ratios due to the specs difference between the Toyota and the Subaru models. The FRS platform has always been pretty up there. I remember the Scion FRS that started all this nuttiness. I think that was probably one of the first cars I ever drove a game that had a 6-speed in it and actually knew what I was doing.
Because both of these cars in modern day support TCR and ABS systems as well as, I think, stability. But in this case, I drive it with TCR and stability while he does not, so I have a bit of a better time handling the car.
I mean, he says he's having a better time than me, but he doesn't see what's going on in my head as I drift these corners. I mean, I had to pump the brakes a bunch to get the TCS to turn off on this thing, because you know how that is, but...
And a goober in front of us decided to hit a truck.
Good at dodging.
Yep. That reminds me of a little story. During the, I think it was the last seasonal, not last seasonal, before the seasonals all changed, there was a Mercedes racing trucker Unimog trial. Some idiot, I knew she was a female driver because the way the username was made and how they, were driving in this sense. Obviously a rookie to the game, didn't know what they were doing. They used a Unimog and decided to put the little top on the bed. Lord and behold, that increases weight. It also increases center of gravity. So when they went to take a tight corner, they rolled their truck. Now the stupidest thing about this is where they rolled. Right in front of a bridge. 3 or 4 of the AI stopped and started cluster piling the area. Both lanes of the road taken up. I knew right then there if I had either tried to ram it, I wasn't going to make it. So I did the only thing I knew best how to do. Rip the e-brake, screw stability, and I gunned it to literally do a side ramp on the bridge. And Lord and behold, it worked. I somehow managed to put half the truck off the bridge, half the truck on the bridge, using velocity as my only means of survival. To ultimately power slide my way through the wreckage. Not a single one of the competitors or AI were able to catch up to me
I
after
think
that.
we're putting on a hell of a show right now for some of the other players out here. I think
Honestly, we're
somebody
driving
made the
2
switch.
stunt cars.
Stunt cars. These are just road cars.
Yeah, I mean, this game, stock is not modified.
I think I misheard you. You said stunt car.
No, I said stock.
Oh. Yeah, no, I love stock most of the time. Like, even like when I do like a tune-up for a car, it's some form of, you know, stock package for the car that's a bit of a higher trim level.
Of course, I'll only be driving one of 2 race courses driving down a mountain. This time I thought we'd take a different direction and show off some of the scenery that Forza 5 has to offer.
A bit of a modification of one of my courses. Pretty good one too.
It also gives you viewers a chance to see just how we can drive through the corners in this game.
Or wrecking
Especially if you
traffic.
enjoy more of the casual, classic moves. Or you can be dumb and put too much horsepower in your car and hit a tree every corner you try to take. Seen that too many times. Muscle car thinks he's got something on a GTR. I say watch this trick.
Old nice syrup, eh?
Yep.
Yeah,
Look, some Mustang stepped up to one of my R32 or R33. I said, okay, we're going through the jungle, so you know, he's at disadvantage. Because I could tell he had the best engine in the Mustang that you could have in it. Yeah, first tree
so
hit,
it sounded
he
like
was
a
done.
fart rocket.
Yep. Sounded like an overtuned car with fart exhaust. Because I think he believed the anti-lag equals more horsepower.
I'm liking the
It
rain
don't.
so far. It's rather nice.
Though despite the weird community of this game, you got drivers that are, you know, really good at the game. Like
And then you have me.
you'll be, yeah.
I'm not
You got-
exactly good, but I definitely enjoy my cars.
Mino's got me who's driven enough cars in this game to get a feel for the car and its actual limits. But then again, as I always say, every time you find a limit to your car, you can find a way to exceed them.
Yeah, I learned that when I was racing in Belmont. I don't know if you've ever seen that video where the 86 is taking on one of the major challenge races, but it's quite the sight. Anyway, just so we're clear, we are not sponsored by Forza in any way. Like, as far as I
No,
know,
we're
they don't
just-
like us much. Well, they might love us
No.
for all I know.
We're just 2 people just playing the game. I'm just trying to say what the game can offer, you know, the common player.
Yeah, and I'm the casual player.
Of course, you got in Forza, I've come across many types of players, but if I had to categorize it, you got 3 major types. The overloaders, who appreciate nothing more than putting way too much horsepower into their cars, and then proceeding to royally screw up your day if you're in a convoy with them, by completely T-boning you into a tree when you're trying to take a turn. Because said
see a
horsepower
little
equals
red blot
their
ahead of us.
steering. Oh yeah, no, I already passed that block. It's
We have
killing
a
me.
buddy.
And in a car. And there's that type of person. The people who like to try to drive on the left lane and then proceed to hit a car.
Ooh, that's a really nice Mitsubishi over there.
But then you got the drifters. I only have one word to say. Slideways. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, drifting is essentially just keeping your car sideways no matter where the heck you're driving.
At least for him. I'm a slip
Well,
angle
then-
nut.
That's what drifters do. Just enjoy sliding the car no matter what type of road they're on, or
Yeah,
what the road's angle is.
I like to keep a shallow angle and low trim so that I maintain as much speed as possible around the corner, whereas the game seems to focus on more show-offy two-wheel based drifting techniques. I go for four-wheel drift techniques. I wonder how my tires are holding up by now. Seems like they're gripping pretty good.
And then the final class, you got the street racers.
That's gotta be
These
me.
guys either enjoy hypercars or sports cars.
Oh, never mind, that's not me.
We're driving sports cars too, right?
Yeah, but
You have
normally
arrived
I
at your
grab an
destination.
economy car, right?
Let me finish.
Yeah, go
Let me
on.
finish, you gremlin. So, with these people, you got people like too, right? Who enjoy the more casual type of street racing, where you rely on nothing but your skill and how your car handles the road. But then you got other people who rely on power and being able to put that power down as fast as they can.
Check out my all-wheel
While maintaining
drive
good handling.
V12 Charger.
Proceeds to hit a tree halfway through the race and then blame it on the game instead of their lack of skill.
Or another player. You ran into that tree.
And in my case, I'm more of the mid-series type of street racer. I enjoy cars that are fast, yeah, but not like, oh, I can do 200 in 3.5 seconds kind of fast.
I've lost visual.
I'm just up the road, keep going.
Okay. Yeah,
You'll see people like me mainly drive cars like the R32 or R33. They got a balance of handling and power. That and they're really good in corners.
also, they're hype machines. Everybody loves them.
True.
Like every kid in my generation probably wanted one
Speaking
of
of
those.
street racer, we saw Valkyrie AMR Pro. High-end street racer. Enjoys nothing but the top of the top to best everybody. well, they still
Honestly,
hit
I
a tree.
created my own class within this game called the Cruiser, and I just cruise around and look at the scenery most of the time.
Oh yeah, no, then you got everybody else who likes the scenery and likes just playing the game for what it is. Which in our case is driving a BRZ and a GR86 and having a boatload of fun with it.
Yeah, just seeing what we can get away with. My tires
And
are
honestly-
at 61% right now, so they're about running low. I think that they'll be pretty bald by the time we get back to base.
Back to
Just
base, I mean, back to where we started.
Well, base being on that highway. I guess if I take it easy on the trim on these corners, I can preserve my tires long enough. So yeah, the scenery from my point of view is a hell of a lot prettier without all the ADHD, popping up on the screen. That's something
The
that
skill, aka skill chain, the speedometer, and the map.
that's
Which
why
I can
like
agree with
to-
that.
I also like
But,
to learn to lower the road signs as I go while I'm doing this too. That's something
in
that
any
you should learn
case,
someday.
The only thing I'll say that I could do without is definitely a skill chain above. Because then when I see that I get to a high number, I want to try to keep it as high as I can get it.
Yeah, I never had that in the first place, so
And I heard the train, which means,
I love that sound.
though, compared to what Forza 4 was, this train is a lot faster. It's a
Honestly, this
diesel
train
electric.
is, this isn't an old steam engine, this is a Dash 9 diesel engine. These things are like
I
the
think that's-
workhorse of America.
No, I
Like-
think that's more of an ES7.
Pretty sure it's a Dash 9.
No, Dash 9 has a different exhaust, not the exhaust, fan port.
I guess I've only ever seen a Dash 9 before, so I didn't know there were the ones that
Because the ES7s and the ES4s and the Dash 9s, they all have the big similarities, but the easiest way to tell most of them apart is how the cooling fans look.
Traintism. Oh, give me a sec. I gotta save it. Hold up. Oh, damn it. I was doing so good I didn't wreck this entire time.
You forgot about the word hairpin, didn't you?
No, I actually completely screwed up, lost my steering, and went off a ledge into the other end of the hairpin after recovering and not hitting anything, and then I bumped into you. Luckily for you, I take my foot off the gas when I know I'm at a bump, so I take the force off of it completely, so I don't do any real damage to our cars. Well, to my car, you have damage turned off because you don't use tire wear to your advantage in a race like I do.
Now I rely purely on my skills. I'm not relying on any hidden advantages.
Well, it's not a hidden advantage, it's a skill. Preserve your tires, time the exact moment where they start to lose grip so you can get peak performance on the apexes later on. That's a strategy going as far back as like some of the earliest street racers in the 70s. So, well, I'm sure that it goes back further than the 70s. This probably goes back to NASCAR, but still. Preserving your tires and using the amount of wear that you have on them to an exact advantage is definitely a skill.
Very true.
Some people are faster when their car loses grip. Bart's one of those rare kinds. He's a total
Meanwhile,
maniac.
if my tire has total grip, I rely purely on my skills and the limitations of my car.
Yeah, the limitations of my car are the realistic tire wear factor. Okay, I screwed that up a little bit. Let's see if I can just get out of this alive. There we go. I went off the road again.
I saw.
Nobody died.
Yet.
Yeah, that's why I'm going off the road. My tires are starting to get bald. It's time to see how good I am with bald tires. It is both understeering and oversteering at the same time. It's understeering and it's losing grip. Remember, kids, if you're racing in a driving sim, your tires will wear out quickly if you do ankle stuff. Can you see me losing grip now? You can't, I'm too far behind.
Why don't you take point?
Because I don't know the course.
Let's just continue straight for right now.
Sorry, mister.
Ooh, Colorado!
Yep, I'm losing a lot of grip. It's costing me.
I did the Atlantic flick around that Colorado.
Colorado. Never heard of
That pickup truck.
it. Silverado, you mean?
No, this game calls it the Colorado.
Yes, and I don't humor that in the slightest. It's a Silverado.
I'm not sure why they call it Colorado, because in fact they got licensing for like half the goddamn sell Chevy cars.
Because car game developers are lame and spineless.
Oh yeah, too right. This is the end of the run right here.
Yeah, I'm cruising in now. So all around, I'd say that the FRS, the FRS platform has come a long way since the Scion days,
Yep.
It's still really
All in
a bummer
all,
that cars
BRZ
become homogeneous to the point where they all look the same. However, I'm not gonna lie, these cars are unique underneath the hood at least.
You gotta learn to appreciate the smaller details in life if you want to find true happiness within a car.
Or just buy an older car.
True. Well, in my summary, the GR86 compared to the BRZ The 86 has several advantages it could take, and so does the BRZ. Either way, no matter which one you pick, you're going to have a pretty special ride all to yourself.
Also, the older models are available in the regular game shop, and they hold up
Yep.
pretty well too. See you around, viewers.